Hi and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Dawn and I'm the owner of Bella Feroce Photography. I'm a portrait photographer in the Houston area, but this channel is going to be mainly focused on food and product photography that you can do in your own home, or if you get a client and you want to go out and you want to set up at a restaurant or a store somewhere, then you can do this, and I'm going to be showing you how to do this with a limited amount of equipment. My portrait photography is mainly outdoors using natural lighting, so I don't have a lot of equipment. So right now I'm filming this video on my phone. I have my Nikon, and we are going to be starting this video off with apples and cinnamon. I thought this would be perfect. It's December and it would just bring in the holiday season. We're going to make a nice warm and inviting photo with these products, and I have a few more things set up on my table which I will show you. So let's go ahead and get started, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm going to start by setting up. This is actually my stovetop countertop right here that I made out of an old drafting board that belonged to my grandfather. So we're going to start with that. We've got that set up. This right here is the lid to a cardboard box, and inside is contact paper, and the outside is painted white. So depending on, if I want a white or black background, I can just flip it around. So I'm going to set this here. Now, this is my coffee because I need that every day. So we're going to start by, I have this bowl, and this bowl right here, I actually got this at the Dollar Tree, I don't know, a couple years back or so. So I'm going to, I think I want this over here. And I have some apples that I want to put in here. Try to get those situated how we want them. And then I have this tie, that I'm just going to sort of lay, because we want a little bit of texture, we want a little bit of interest in our photo. And then I've got these cinnamon sticks, and what I want to do, sorry if you can hear me over all the noise they're making. I want to bundle some of these together with some twine. And, oh, I forgot my scissors. Okay, so I just want to bundle these together, tie a little twine around them, and I'm just going to do a knot because this is going to be a warm, rustic, cozy feeling photo. So these are a tad too long. Let me cut those. I want to set these maybe here. And before I go on, let me grab my camera. I'm actually going to set my camera on a couple of books because it just gives me the perfect height, because I'm going to be starting off shooting straight on. And these two books just happen to work perfectly for this. And this way I can go ahead and I can look at my screen and I can kind of see what we have going on here. Okay, so I've got my screen open, and I actually want to back this up just a little bit to get some of my stuff out of the way. I would rather go in and crop a little bit so I can get my whole scene in. And my focal point, I'm going to do multiple focal points. Right now I'm just going to do a test shot on my cinnamon. And Since I use natural lighting, I have a window over here. I'm going to open that and let some light in and turn my overhead light off. And now it is a cloudy day, so we're not getting a whole lot of light. I may have to open the window behind me as well, but let me take a test shot and see. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a little bit too dark. We did have sunshine just a little while ago, but I'm going to bring in a little more light, and hopefully that will give us what we need. That's still a little bit on the dark side. Sorry about that noise. That's my coffee maker. It likes to talk. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just bump up my ISO. I don't like to push it too much because we don't want a lot of grain, but I'm going to go with 2000. That should give us a nice. Okay, that's going to give us a really pretty photo. You can see it on here. And I'll show you the finished product at the end. Okay, so I'm not done here. I brought in some leaves from outside because they are everywhere. And I'm just going to lay these around. I'm bringing in the yellows, the reds, the browns. And what I'm doing is I want the camera to have sort of a line to follow. I'm sort of framing my apples, and my cinnamon is what I'm doing. And then, oh yes, that's looking really nice because the foreground, so this leaf here is going to be blurred, and the cinnamon's going to be in focus. The apples will be blurred. This is just going to be, I think, a really beautiful photo. If I don't break something. I have a few of these cranberries. I need to flip the light back on for a second. I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I have a few cranberries I want to lay out just because they're a nice color that goes with what we're shooting. And I don't want too many. Just kind of, you know, I don't want to just fill up my space. Oh, and one other tip. When you're shooting using dishes, bowls, coffee cups, plates, if you can get your hands on matte dishware, that is going to be so helpful because you won't have to worry about all those reflections that you get when you have a high gloss. So I think this is actually really pretty. I think I want to maybe move this in a little bit. Just get a little bit more of that in the frame. Maybe not so tall. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is I want to take some sugar, turbinado sugar. I like this turbinado sugar. It's already brown. You can see that. And it's large granules. And I just want to sprinkle that coming towards the camera. And that just gives it one more layer, one more texture, one more interest in the photo. Now, I could keep going, but if I do that, I think we're going to look way too cluttered, and that is not what I want. Do not want clutter. I just want a nice, welcoming and warm photograph. That's really nice. And I'm going to close these up just a little bit behind me. I really wanted to just use side light, but since it got so cloudy on me, part of the problem is that I've got the actual light on. Okay, that turned out really, really nice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to shoot from a couple of different angles. So I want to shoot from over here. And this time I'm going to focus in on the apples. And shoot away. I want to move around. Let me move this chair. I want to get in a little bit closer here. Because the better that you do in camera, the less work you're going to have to do in post-processing. Okay, now another shot that I want to take with this is I just want to go ahead and do a complete flat lay. And actually, I'm really short, so I'm going to stand on a chair and do it. Okay. So, and I'm going to focus in on these apples. And then I'm going to take one this direction. Okay, that actually looks really nice. I think though, let me take one more straight on shot so I can go ahead and get the apples in focus, and then I'm going to move that sweater. It's actually a belt off of a sweater dress, but I thought it would look nice for this. So now I want to focus on these apples over here. Kind of right on the apple that's closest to the front of the bowl first, and then I'm going to focus on the apple that's sticking up. These are really, really pretty. Now, I like this in the straight-on photos. I'm not sure though how I feel about it in the flat lay. So, I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way and leave it simple like this. And when I say flat lay, that means you are taking a picture just straight over the top. And I'm doing both directions. That's like good. And now I want to come around and try not to get too much in front of the camera so you can still see what's going on. But I want to take one from this angle, so hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to focus on the cinnamon. Isn't that beautiful? Well, if you can see it. That doesn't show up that well. Anyways, it's really pretty. I'll show you the end product after I take it through post-processing. And most of my editing for food photography, because you don't have to do skin retouching and all that stuff, unless you've got a product that's got, you know, a lot of dust or something on it, I'm going to do most of my editing in Lightroom Mobile, and I'm going to hopefully record that so you can see how I edit these. Now, I want to take one just kind of on an angle here. These are basically your angles. You're going to be somewhere in this area shooting. You are going to be over the top for flat lay and then straight on. So those are basically going to be your main food photography angles. So I'm actually going to take one down here, focusing on the cinnamon. It's kind of our star piece. I actually really like that. So what I'm going to do now, even though I have some really beautiful photos, I'm going to go ahead and move this back. Because I want that, I think I'm going to remove that one. So it's not sticking up. Oh, we've got some sunshine coming in. Let me close this up. And knock my ISO down a little. Just one. I'm just going to do one stop and see where we're at. Looks back over here. Okay. And the great thing about food photography is you can take your time. You don't have to direct anybody. You can just take as much time as you need to get everything all put together. And I'm going to move this leaf a little bit more towards the front to get it blurred out just a little bit more. Scoot that over. That is so pretty. Okay, and then I think that's going to be just about how I want it. Let me take another one this way. I just want to make sure, actually I'm going to take one this way. I just want to make sure I have everything I need. Scoot that in. Because like I said, the more you have it right in camera, the better. Now that we're done shooting our food, I am going to take these photos into Lightroom Mobile, and I'm going to be using some presets on them to start with and then making some tweaks. So hopefully I can show you how that's done using my screen recorder.